तर तुम्ही आधीचा व्हिडिओ पाहिलाच असेल की माझा लहान मुलगा नील स्काउट कॅम्पसाठी गेलेला 1 वीकसाठी, तर तो आज परत येणार आहे. तर त्याला आम्ही आता पिकअप करण्यासाठी जात आहोत. चला तुम्हाला पण आम्ही सोबत घेऊन चालतो. पोहोचलो आम्ही. ओहो आले ते. आपल्याला थोडं उशीर झाला का? आत्ताच आले वाटतं ते. चला आम्ही पोहोचलो. आमच्या आधी आमचं बाळ आलेलं आहे. हे बघा आमचं बाळ आलेलं आहे. हगी कसं आहे का? कसं झालं तुझं? छान झाला प्रवास त्याचा.
You guys finish this, keep grabbing towels.
Let's go by street to get a 10.
Grab a 10 from over here.
ओ किती मोठा ट्रंक.
Yeah.
चला ते मदत करतायत सगळे. हा डिनरचा कंटेनर आहे. हे बघा यात काही सामान आलेलं आहे आणि आता हा अजून एक ट्रक आला. हा तिसरा ट्रक आलेला आहे. तुम्हाला हा ट्रक बघूया आपण काय आहे ह्या ट्रकमध्ये. हे बघा किती छान ते लॉकर ओपन करण्यासाठी. ते नंबरचं लॉक आहे बहुतेक आणि चालते इथे यांचं लगेज आहे. अजून एक ट्रक आला पलीकडे. हा बघा अजून एक ट्रक आलेला आहे. यात सायकली आहेत. हे बघा या ठिकाणी सायकली आहेत आणि स्मोकर्स आहेत. हे बघा कारच्या ट्रंकमध्ये सगळं सामान भरलेलं आहे. चला जाऊया घरी. चला हे बघा निलोबाला आम्ही पिकअप केलेला आहे.
काय जेवायला आहे?
जेवला ना तू?
Not too much. I just bought this. This is all. Why? I did, but I just didn't feel like it, and now I'm feeling it.
Well, it's too bad. At home because we got
होते जेवणासाठी पण तो म्हणतोय जास्त नाही जेवलो.
What is it then?
A milkshake.
Yeah, that.
Archery is the other side of the map.
Okay.
It was half a mile. It was more than half a mile walk.
So you alone had to walk?
Yes, nobody from first aid was going to archery but me.
That's good. So anybody else was there with you, or you alone used to walk?
I used to go to first aid with Dottie and Weisvik. I used to go to first aid alone. And then from first aid to camping was like another half a mile.
किती फ्रेश वाटतोय बघा. 8 दिवस गेला होता.
Ganga camp.
हो.
Kela.
I used his body wash. His dad had like a whole bunch of body wash, so I used it. There are tiny bottles full. Dove.
सगळे मेरिट बॅचेस झाले आपले.
Oh. First class Mela.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
चला घरी पोहोचलो आम्ही. चष्मा काढा. थांबा. इकडे बघा. खाली ठेवू. चला माझं बाळ आलंय. 8 दिवसानंतर आलंय माझं बाळ. 7 हो 6 7 8. चलो.
Welcome, Neil. Welcome.
वेलकम.
Welcome home.
वेलकम होम.
Thank you.
कसं झाला ग बेबीचा कॅम्प? छान झाला. एन्जॉय केला खूप. खूप एन्जॉय केला.
Huh.
या ठिकाणी ही मॅट आहे आणि त्यावरती बनवलं आहे वेलकम मोठ्या मुलाने माझ्या. आणि आता वाजलेले आहेत 2:30. तर आम्ही 2:15 वाजता पोहोचलो आणि त्यानंतर त्याला ओळलंय. चला आता त्याला आंघोळ घालते स्वच्छपैकी छानपैकी आणि मग तो तुमच्याशी परत बोलेल आणि काय केलं त्याने कॅम्पला तेही सांगेल.
I'll take a bath and then come back here and then tell you what I'm doing.
तर मुलगा कॅम्पहून आला की लगेचच कामं असतात भरपूर. आणि तुम्हाला दाखवते या ठिकाणी टेंट वाळत ठेवलेला आहे. आत्ताच ओपन करून मी तुम्हाला दाखवते. तर आता हा जो टेंट आहे कॅम्पिंगचा तो ओपन करून ठेवलेला आहे वाळण्यासाठी. आल्या आल्या लगेचच ते काम करावं लागतं. आणि
So I took a bath and now I'm going to tell you what I did at winter camp. First thing we did was go and set up tents. So the tents wouldn't be ours. You have to claim a tent after you set it up. So we claimed tent 56. That implies they're ranked from 1 to 60. 60 is the best and 1 is the worst. After that, we ate dinner. After dinner, we sat near the campfire because it was at least 20 degrees. After that, we went to sleep, and then the next morning, we had other troops coming in. After the other troops came in, we greeted them and set up our military tents. But I didn't do that because I had to go and get logs for the campfire. And so after that, we ate lunch. After lunch, we went and sat near the fire. After that, they called us for dinner, and after dinner, we sat near the fire again because it was freezing cold. And while I was sleeping, it was going to be like 18 degrees, so that's why I put on my hand warmers and gloves and toe warmers and back warmers. So I put all of those on and slept in my sleeping bag and blanket. And then whenever I woke up the next morning, they called us for breakfast. After breakfast, we went to our merit badge classes. So first thing I had was first aid. First aid was just a bunch of lectures about safety. And then after that, I had archery. Archery was the exact same thing, just about lectures and what we're gonna do in the week. And after that, I had camping. And camping, it was also about safety. The same thing as first aid and lectures. So after that, I went all the way to the campsite. That was across the entire map. So once I reached our campsite, I actually wanted to go to the trading post. So I did. The trading post didn't have much, but I had a lot of Snapple. Snapple is technically a juice. They had mango juice there. So that's what I drank for an entire week since the water there was kind of yellow. So that's why I never drank water from there. So I really drank on Snapples or Trading Post water. That was actually pretty good. After we reached the campsite, they called us for lunch. After lunch, we sat near the campfire again for the rest of the day until dinner. After dinner, we played a bit, and then we went to sleep. That night was actually pretty warm, but I still needed hand warmers and toe warmers. I didn't need my back warmers though. So the next morning, whenever I woke up, it was actually not that cold. It was actually a bit dew. So this was a Thursday. So it was supposed to rain on Thursday night. So we all prepared and got our tents staked down and also checked if it can sustain the water. After that, we ate breakfast. After breakfast, we went to class. In classes, it was the same thing. In first aid, we were just hearing lectures. And in archery, we actually got to make a bow. So with that bow, we just, they had the little metal rod. We just put on the arrowhead and the little feathers. That was all we really did for the arrow. So that was also kind of boring since we didn't get to do it. After that, I went to camping. At camping, it was more of lectures and setting up tents. They were teaching us how to set up tents and which one would be best. Personal tents or two-person tents or the big tents. They told us that the small tents are better, personal, because you don't feel much of the wind. So after that, I went to the train post and got some mango juice. And after that, I went to, what is that called? Rappelling. So rappelling is there's a big mountain thing, big tower, and you have to climb on the top of the tower. And then you have to fall down immediately from the tower. That is actually pretty fun, but scary at the same time. But that was for camping merit badge. So after that, I went back to the campsite, and at the campsite, they were serving lunch again. So I went and ate lunch. After lunch, they called us to asked us to do bandages, like knee bandages if you broke your knee, hand bandages, a cravat, and some other stuff. And they also taught us drag. So you have to for drag, you just need to put the person in the blue tarp, cover them up, and then drag them to a specific area that the adults tell you to. That's actually pretty hard if you're carrying it, if you need to pull somebody heavy. But that is very good to have. After that, it started to pour on us at 5 o'clock. It started to pour. We started to hear lightning, and then it started to rain a lot. And then the temperature decreased to 50 something, but it felt like 40 something. It felt like 40 degrees. Everybody was feeling so cold. Everybody was in shorts and t-shirts. And everybody was freezing cold. Nobody had a jacket on. Only 2 people had jackets. And then whenever they called dinner, we had to run from the back entrance because we needed to get inside of the big military cooking tent. And then we ate dinner. After dinner, we sat in the pavilion till 11 o'clock. After that, we went to sleep. Somehow, we went to sleep. people were wanting to sleep in the pavilion, but they couldn't because you're not allowed to. So after we went to sleep, we barely slept on that night because of the cold, but it did sound pretty nice. After that, on Friday, we went to our last day of merit badge class. In first aid, we actually did something. We did CPR, and plus we got to carry a human. After that, I went to archery. In archery, we got to actually shoot arrows. After archery, I went to camping. At camping, it was actually just lectures, as usual. Nothing much fun. After camping, I went to the training post for the last time, and it was empty because they were emptying out things because we were the only campers for winter camp for them. So they were clearing out the training post and making sure that there's nothing there. So I just got some bag of chips. So that's why I went to the campsite. We ate lunch, and it was kind of damp and a bit foggy too. So we somehow made it back to the campsite easily. But once we reached there, we all were bored because all the wood was wet. So there was really nothing that we could do. We couldn't even start a fire, but it was still pretty warm. Everybody was in t-shirts and shorts. People were lying in their hammocks that they reset up. And my friend who let his hammock sit outside all the rain because he spilled his slushy on it. So after that day, we ate dinner and then went to sleep. After the next morning, we had to get up earlier to pack up. We packed up all of our personal gear and all of our first aid and all that. We packed up. And then we did patrol lines. Patrol lines to tell if everybody in our patrol is here. We had everybody in our patrol, all 13 members. And then they said that we can go home. Finally, we got to go home. And then after that, we came here. And then we had to eat lunch on the way. So that was pretty fun.
Here we go! That's a good morning to you. Woo! Woo! Ah, we got it. All right. Woo! All right. That was a lot cooler. Otto. You'll swim. Swim back.
Leave what you find and take only pictures. That make sense? Yes. So if you see a cool rock, you do not pick it up. You take a picture of it, right? That is our fourth principle of leave no trace. Also, I propose a toast. A toast to being halfway.
So how did you like this video? If you like it, then like it. If you didn't like it, then still like. And remember to subscribe and hit the ding 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 bell. Bye!